Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick story time about how I found out I was pregnant, my reaction, my family's reaction, and just how things went. Right now I am 37 weeks and 6 days. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get this. Okay, how I found out was basically like anybody else who take a test, you see the test is positive. And yeah, but how it all started was I had this 4 or 5 day off like weekend or something like that off of work. I don't remember what it was for, but I remember it was like I had Friday off and then I had like a Monday off, and both of those was like paid holidays or something, or like a paid weather situation. I don't really remember what it was, but I know I had a 4-day weekend. But I also had an exam that was due coming up, and I had already postponed it, and I felt like that I needed to go ahead and crack down on this work. Let's get this work done and just go ahead and take this exam. So I had already been determined like I'm going to give my all to the studying so I can go ahead and take this exam and stop procrastinating. So mind you, so it's 4 days. Day 1, I'm studying in my room, like sitting in my bed on my laptop, and I felt like just like sleepy. Which anybody kind of feels sleepy when they're studying. Like I usually feel sleepy when I'm studying. If you study like in your bed, you're setting yourself up for failure. But I was determined to get this done, and I wanted to be comfortable, so I kept studying in my bed. So after like 2 units or whatever of studying, I fell asleep. So I was like, okay, whatever. This is just normal. So, and this might not have been pregnancy symptom or whatever, but it was something that was like something is not the same. So day two, I was falling asleep even more, and I had slept for like a while. I didn't just sleep, and I had went to sleep the night before, so I was like, okay, there's no reason for me to get this tired. So after I woke up from my little nap, I was like, okay, whatever. Oh, my period is coming on. So I took it as a sign, like my stomach, like you know how you feel. Well, girls know how you feel when that time is coming. And yeah, so I'm pretty much in tune with my body. I knew what was coming. So day 2, I go ahead and put that on. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this, so I don't have to worry about it while I'm sitting here studying or whatever. So I take a shower, whatever, wake myself up, and then yeah, so I keep on with studying. Falling asleep still, but I'm just like, okay, I'm in this bed, and that's why. So I take my studying stuff and I move to the living room. So when I go to the living room, it's like, okay, cool, whatever. I ended up just taking a break. So I took a break, and I was in the living room. My family was in the living room, and they were watching the movie. And so I was gonna join them for the movie or whatever. I sit down on the sofa, but like not on the sofa, like on the armrest. So like the sofas that we have is like, so you have a regular sofa and then you have 2 chairs. So I sat like on the arm of a chair, and we were just watching the little video, the little movie, and I fell asleep, like instant sleep. I was like, this is not right. I feel like I'm supposed to be on my period and nothing's happening. Like I feel every symptom of it, but nothing's happening. So there's something else that's going on. So my job, previously I had taken a test, it was negative, so I didn't think nothing of it. And yeah, so I was like, whatever. But it so happened that in that box it came with another test. So there's 3 tests in the box. I took, what was it, 2? I don't remember. But I took the first test, it was negative, but that was happened like a week ago. I took the second test. And yeah, so I go to my room, I go to the bathroom. Yeah, I have a bathroom in my room, so I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, I have to use the bathroom anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this test and use my seat. And I was like, there is no way I am, but it's definitely a possibility because I know how I'm feeling. And yeah, so I take this, and boy, when I tell you that those lines popped up so quick, like it was like, I put the use the bathroom or whatever, and I sat it on the thing, on the back of the toilet thing, and on the back of the toilet, you know what I'm talking about. And I sat it there, And when I tell you the lines popped up instantly, it was like a clear blue testing. And it was just like 2 lines. It wasn't like the plus thing, but plus symbol. But it popped up 2 lines so quick. And I told myself not to look at it. But it just moved so quick that I had no choice but to look at it. So I take it and I'm like, okay, whatever. I finish this and I can look myself up, whatever. I'm like, this is not true. This is not real. But I didn't have another test to take. So I just kind of went with, this is right, because I've never had a positive test that was just wrong. Now, I did have a test that was like, it was like a print test thingy. And it was positive, but like other than that, I've never had like a positive test. So I knew that there's no way this test is wrong. It's right. So immediately, what I do is I'm like, okay, I don't know, I'm telling nobody. So I just want to take the time to myself. So I take the little test, put it in my pocket, and I got straight out the door. So the way our house is set up is the living room is right in front of the front door. So they were like, my family was in the living room, so they were like, where am I going or whatever. And so I was just like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to the car. So what just going to the car ended up being was me being in the car like, okay, this is happening. This is real. This is not fake. This is not for the fake. This is for the real. So I'm like, okay, how do I feel about it? So let me tell you like a little backstory. I've always said that if I had kids, it would be young. Got married, had kids young. And if that was the case, and past a certain time, if I felt like that I didn't, then I was just going to focus on me and do that and not even worry about it. So it wasn't a big thing to me to be the age that I am. I'm 21 now, but I was 20 when I found out in early January. So what happened was I was in the car, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, is it that bad? Like, how am I going to tell anybody? Like, this is not fair. I mean, I know what I did, you know what I'm saying, but I just was like, maybe this is not the right time, like, how am I going to prepare for this? So I'm thinking about that. So after that, I'm like, okay, whatever. So I called my boyfriend because instantly I'm like, okay, we tell each other almost everything, almost everything what I was talking. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and tell him, ask him, you know, what he thinks about it or whatever. So I didn't make it a big deal of getting his reaction or anything like that, because I was just trying to see where his head was too. So I leave the driveway. I remember I leave the driveway, I go to like a park, we have a park around the corner. So I go to the park, I'm sitting in the car, and I call him, he didn't answer. So this was the little issue that made it worse. So he didn't answer, and I'm like, why would he not answer? Like, he always answering my phone calls, not saying that it's like a bad thing. Like, he just couldn't go, like, he just should have to answer my phone calls. It was just a point of, like, you normally do. So I texted him or whatever, like, hey, I need to talk to you. And he didn't respond for a minute, so I just kind of long reaction. And I was like, like, it's, like, not the worst. And I wasn't upset, but I was upset at the same time, because it's not like something that I prepared for, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, I felt like I had just been studying for my exam, you know, like things are kind of in place for me to be able to do this, which we're here now, and I still feel the same about that. There were things that I did to be able to, you know, take these steps, but obviously any girl is going to want to know about, you know, what her partner's reaction is to this, to know what place, or, you know, where they are in this situation together. So his reaction, I may have him do a video to give like what he actually felt like and all of that, but his reaction, I drove to his house because he didn't answer my phone call, and I don't like no crazy stuff, but I just drove to his house, make sure, you know, I just wanted to let him know in person. I was like, this is gonna be better for me to go tell him in person. If I don't want to go over there, not really, but I said I wanted to tell him in person. So when I told him, he kind of like, it seemed like he was happy, but at the same time, I didn't know what was wrong. So something was wrong. So something did end up being wrong, and I was just like, you know, reaction or whatever. Which now that I look back at it, it may not have been the best time to say it, but what time would you have wanted me to say it? So minus that, we're gonna just skip past his reaction because that reaction ultimately led to a small time that we had space. But it led to like we needed space. That's what his reaction led to. That's what my reaction led to. And yeah. So other than that, my family's reaction. The first person I told other than my boyfriend was my mom. My mom knew about a month or two in. I don't remember. But I know it was like a month or two in. And because I wanted to keep it private, I wanted us to figure out what we wanted to do and all of those things first. So in the midst of a blurry mind and not being used to the situation, I went ahead and told my mom, and she was the only person I knew besides me and my boyfriend. So my mom's reaction, her reaction was, it was sweet, very supportive, and she was just open about it, and it wasn't anything that was like made me feel like less than or whatever for the situation that I'm in the predicament that I'm in. And yeah, so that was really, her reaction was really supportive, and I could not have asked for a better reaction from her. And she's been saying she wanted grandkids for a minute, and I have an older brother, and he doesn't have any kids yet, so she was just more like, okay, grandkids coming or whatever. But obviously in that moment, I wasn't thinking like excitement. I was just thinking like, what am I gonna do? So that was her reaction. Everyone else's reaction, we didn't tell anyone else until I was 7 months. Now, I went to work. I had got a new job. They paid very well. So I was working like 2 jobs, and I would work one in a day. I barely was getting sleep. I was falling asleep driving. I was doing this and doing that. And I was trying to save. I just felt like I just needed to save as much as possible. I didn't know what to expect. I just want to save as much as possible, make sure that I'm prepared and get everything right. I had another exam that was coming up, and I really wanted to make sure that I took that exam. That was my biggest goal, is just make sure that I am set. I set myself up for success in this situation, since I don't know what to expect. And I still 100% don't even know what to expect. I feel like no one does as a first time parent, so especially at my age, I don't even think it's really much so my age, because there's so many people that have kids at my age. And yeah, overall, the reactions were pretty much the same across the board. I told my sister and my brother the 7th month, and their reaction was they didn't believe me, but they believed me. My sister said she knew. My little brother didn't believe me, but then eventually believed me. He believed me now, of course. Their reactions were supportive as well. I didn't get any judgment from anybody. Next person I told was my brother. He was pretty shocked. Didn't believe it. Now he believes it, obviously. He had time. But I wasn't showing until the end of the 7th month to the 8th month. Like, I just started showing recently, y'all. The whole time I was not showing. Like, I was not showing. Working became a struggle because I didn't tell anyone that I was pregnant, and I didn't want people to look at me different because they found out that I was pregnant. And people that were cool. I had, it was a little stuff here and there, but it was basically due to the fact that I was pregnant and I was trying to push through 2 jobs and still give my all at this job, and I was tired, and I didn't want to use pregnancy as an excuse and get a handout, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, everybody else's reaction was okay. I'm just saying, if you work throughout your whole pregnancy, you are tough. You're tough, and you got this, because you did that. I stopped working my 7th month. After I told everyone I had saved enough, I stopped, and my boyfriend said anything that I couldn't be able to handle, that he would support me in that area. So I was very grateful for that. And yeah, it's been bumpy, but for the most part, everybody's been supportive, no judgment. My grandparents' reaction, they were very excited. I didn't get judgment from them, and I come from a Christian household, a Christian family. Like, that's what they represent. and no one really gave me too much judgment on not being married, things like that. Everyone was pretty much supportive, and even if they thought it, they didn't say it. So I just really appreciate the support and non-judgment and just the love and support that we've gotten so far. Me and my boyfriend. So we recently had a baby shower, and yeah, we ended up telling everybody, like friends and things like that. Everybody was super supportive, and I could not have asked for a more supportive family or whatever. Yeah, so that's really about it for the reactions. How I feel now is just trying to wrap things up, get everything really more prepared. I am 37 weeks, y'all, and I am not 100% ready because I still have to get a couple things. My hospital bag is not packed, and I'm 37 weeks pregnant. So somebody send some help, because yeah. But I'm planning to do that this week. I just wanted to get a couple other things done, and this third trimester has been a very tiring trimester. It's been a little tough. It hasn't been the worst. Now it's been a little tougher because I'm trying to prepare, and my energy has dropped dramatically. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and comment what you think about the video. Comment any video ideas that you guys want, any suggestions. Let me know. And yeah.